What's up, everybody, and welcome back to A Beer a Day with TK. It is an absolutely stunningly beautiful fall day here in Findlay, Ohio, and I'm hanging out in the beer shed getting ready to check out a new beer. Now, the beer that I have today was actually a request from somebody who follows my account on Instagram, which is also just A Beer a Day with TK. So big shout out to Michael Shine. Thanks for requesting this. This is a beer I had before, but I've never done a review on it. And it's probably been quite a while. I think when I looked on Untappd, the last time I had this was 2012. So it's been about 10 years since I tried this beer. Now, if you watch the channel, you know that I'm not a huge fan of hoppy beers and IPAs. I drink them on occasion, but a lot of them tend to be over-the-top hoppy for the sake of being hoppy, and a lot of times that gives me really bad heartburn, so I don't mess with it. Now, if you like the hoppy beers, check out, there are plenty of guys out there doing awesome videos on those. One that hops to mind immediately is my boy Ridgeopolis. I know he's a big hop head. Him and his boy Ryan do some really cool videos with hoppier beers. I tend to shy away from them usually, so I greatly appreciate the challenge from Michael of making me man up and try a beer that I normally wouldn't drink. So much appreciation for that. Now, this beer is Hopslam Ale, and this is from Bell's Brewing. They're out of Comstock, Michigan. This is a really well-regarded beer, super high marks. This is a 4.27 on Untappd, 4.45 on Beer Advocate, and on Beer Advocate has the aggregate rating of a 98 world class. So you know this is going to be a good hoppy beer. The question is, will I like it? Now, I looked at my 2012 check-in just to see what kind of score I gave it, and I think I gave it like a 3.75 or a 4 or something like that, which bodes well for me, because usually if it was so hoppy that I didn't like it, it would have got a crap rating. Now, that was a decade ago, so I don't know. Maybe things have changed, or maybe I was delusional then and see the light now. Who knows? Let's give this a shot. Again, this is 10% ABV. This is a double IPA with honey. Now, I'm a huge honey fan, so maybe that's what cut the edge and made me like it a little bit more. But this is a big boy double IPA. All right, see what else we got. The write-up on this, when you go to Untappd, it had the little blurb. It said, a biting, bitter tongue bruiser of an ale. Hopslam. What did you expect? 10% ABV, 65 IBUs. So that's a little bit on the stats, and let's give it a shot. I know it said it was made with 6 hops, and then it gets dry hopped with additional Simcoe. Now, I will fully admit, hops, again, not my thing. I'm not super great with picking out individual hops. I know there's some guys out there that are really good at it. Not really my thing because I don't drink them that frequently. But I will say, for me, hops kind of come in a couple of varieties. You kind of just have regular old bittering hops. Then you have those that are more piney and resinous, which I tend to like. And then those that are more tropical and fruity, which I don't tend to like as much. So let's see what this one's like. First things first, the color on this is actually beautiful. It's got a nice amber color. If I'm going to use my Brew HQ SRM chart, I would probably say maybe about a 14. It's got a nice amber color to it. You can see straight through it, nice and clear. Have a little bit of fine carbonation going on there, really small bubbles, but there's quite a few. As to the head, maybe I gave it a bit of a knob head pour, but I have about multiple fingers of nice creamy, it's like off-white. I don't know, it's kind of like a tannish, it's not quite tan like in a stout, but maybe like cream, right? It's not quite white, it's not eggshell white, but more like a cream-colored head, and it looks magnificent. I mean, it's not going anywhere. I got a feeling if I just sat here, it would sit here as long as I would. But pretty decent looking head on that thing, man. It looks really nice. Let's give it a sniff. Now, again, not an expert on the hops. I know some people can tell the difference between Centennial and Simcoe and all these. If I'm just giving it the hop novice smell, I would say probably more on the piney side. And I'd also say you pick up some honey. You pick up a little bit of that nice honey smell. Again, huge honey fan. I usually have Nature Nate's honey, if you've ever had that. Every single day I put that in my tea. I absolutely adore it. Regular old honey is garbage, and Nature Nate's is kind of rich, has a magnificent taste. And the smell in this almost reminds me of something like that. It's a high quality honey. It's not some yellow thing you get in a bear for $2 at Walmart. Yeah, that's nice. It's nice. I'm surprised. I know I keep sniffing it. I keep trying to go back in for more and thinking, like, is this going to put me off with the hop smell? But it really isn't. I mean, it smells good. Let's give it a shot. It's enough sniffing it. One more quick sniff, right? They got to... I feel like Biden. I keep going back in for the sniff. I need someone to tell me that's enough. Knock it off. Cheers. Let's see what it's like. First things first, the body. I would say this is kind of medium, going towards a fuller beer, but probably medium. You definitely pick up a nice slickness to it. It's got a little bit of a viscous body, which I quite like as well. As far as the flavors, there's a lot going on. And, you know, it's times like this that I wish I was more of a hophead and drank more of these kind of beers like all the other guys do, because I think it would be a lot easier for me to pick out those individual hop tastes, the hop presence. But I'll give it the old college effort. First thing, I want to note, you definitely pick up the honey. It's nice, sweet, rich, and it complements those bitter flavors magnificently. Again, not my style of beer, but I dig this. As far as the hops, you get a nice light bitterness. For having 6 hops and being 65 IBUs, I was a little worried, I'm not going to lie. But I think you pick up the hop bitterness, but it doesn't just beat you over the head. I think that description, saying a tongue bruiser and all that, kind of scared me a little. But it really isn't. It's not hop for the sake of hops, right? This is hops, but done masterfully and artfully, which I think is the key to this. So many breweries think if we just cram as many IBUs into it as we can, it'll be good. And to me, that's not the right approach. I'm a quality over quantity type of dude. So I think if you can use your hops into something like a double IPA and do it well, you get a good product. And this is what this is. I mean, obviously, it has a 98 world-class rating, so it doesn't matter what I say. All the people that get paid a lot to do this stuff would probably agree. Hops in it, for me, again, it's kind of piney. Maybe a slight little bit of a dankness to it. Not so much the tropical ones. Well, I think I tend to associate those more with like West Coast IPAs and stuff like that. But they're subdued. They're all there. They're present. The honey and the bitterness balance nicely, so it's like sweet and bitter. But, you know, I can't say it enough. It's an excellent beer. I've passed this at the beer shop probably a million times. I think I paid about $17 for a 6-pack of this. I picked it up at BG Beverage Center in Bowling Green, Ohio. But it's something that I walk by over and over again because I see Hopslam, these giant hops on the front of it, and it scares the pants off of me. So, again, Michael Shine, thank you, my friend. I appreciate calling me out and saying, go try something that's out of your element. And I'm glad that I did because this is awesome. It's a really good beer. Again, not a hop dude. I would drink this again and again and again. The other thing I will say this, 10% ABV, I think it hides it pretty well. There's nothing that's boozy about it. You don't really pick up any kind of burning other than maybe like the hops. You know, you get a little bit of that hops kind of bitterness or whatever. But there's no burning or nothing that would indicate that this is a 10% beer. If I didn't know any better, I'd probably put a few of these away and I could be in trouble. So, Hopslam Ale, DIPA with honey. Requested by Mike. By Bell's Brewing, Comstock, Michigan. Big thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Excellent beer. Great representation of the style. And this should be something that other brewers look at and say, I can do hops artfully without simply cramming hops down your throat. Awesome beer. Thrilled to be able to try it. Hopefully you liked the video. Give me a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you want to see more videos like this, please hit subscribe. And as always, you got any comments or questions, jump in down below. Have you had Hopslam from Bell's? If so, let me know what you think about it. For my East Coast people, Pete and Wayne Allen, all those guys, can you guys get this on the East Coast? Let me know. If not, I got 5 more of them in the fridge. I might put a couple aside for you gentlemen. Hey, till next time. Cheers.